karaoke.
And we are live, everyone. Welcome back to the Comic Core. This is the Thursday night stream outside the issues, and we are talking about some of our beloved Swamp Thing. So, Swamp Thing in all of its goodness, all of its glory, aka the show that breaks my heart every single episode because it is so good and it's already canceled. So let's get on into our glorious panel for this evening. Later on, I'm going to have Mark show up. He walked off for some reason. But first off, Carson, Seawood, how you doing tonight? What do you think of the episode?
Oh, it was awesome. I am so ready to go outside the issues and into the swamp. I can't wait to talk about some of the awesome scenes, some of the nightmare sequences right out of Nightmare on Elm Street. Some awesome stuff in this one.
All right. Drew, what's up? How you doing? How you liking this episode?
Man, I'm just so upset this thing is going away because it is the best comic book property turned to television show that I've seen in decades. It's just phenomenal. The acting's great. The storytelling has been awesome. And we get little trinkets of information they sprinkle around and see where they're going. Unfortunately, they're not going past more than 10 episodes. So,
All right. My dear. JD.
Yes.
What did you think of this episode?
I really liked this episode. I thought it had that, like Carson brought, the nightmare sequences were pretty intense. Abigail kind of came into her own again, kind of up the notch on the acting ability. She's really good. They got him talking and feeling emotion and trying to figure out what he is a little early, but let's be honest, you're trying to cram 60 hours into 10 hours, so it's good. It's going very well. Big fan.
All right. The Great One has once again graced us with his presence. Legend, what do you think about the swamp? What do you think about Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing is full freaking live, people. Coming at you live from the Comic Core, outside the issues, Swamp Thing episode 4. Cat Ren, it's good to be here. We're going to be talking a lot about the swamps tonight, but first little previews of what I'm talking about is, man, that Avery Sutherland. Damn, he's got some skeletons in his closet, and they've got 6 more episodes to find out what those skeletons are. Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys think we should get into first? Should we get into the start of the darkness for this and all the horror that
Where'd Carson go?
All right,
elsewhere.
Carson. I don't know where he went.
Bye, Carson.
Carson's gone too soon, everyone.
He got eaten up by the darkness.
You know, one thing I did love about it, it was,
The
they had
nightmares
that
got to him.
opening scene. The opening scene where those 2 guys are just in the swamp, just classic intro scene for a good horror movie, because one of those guys are screwed. And then when that freaking corpse, comes out of the damn trees and it bites his hand. Oh my God, he had to pull that thing went in there pretty good. But yeah, very interesting, and how that darkness gave these folks, like Drew said, these nightmare visions. What do you think, Drew, about the nightmare visions on those, man?
Honestly, the best part of the whole episode was the first nightmare vision. The guy that got bit by the corpse, I guess, just fell and hit him at the right angle. That's kind of weird. But beyond that, and he ripped his arm out of its jaw. So I guess he could get a nice bloody scratch from that. But man, the scene where he thought he saw the snake, and he's just jabbing himself in the hand with a knife, sticks his hand in the garbage disposal. I've never seen a restaurant dish station like that with a garbage disposal, but that's neither here nor there. It was awesome, man. He just sat there and bled out. It was just mind-boggling how tense that scene was, and the way that they shot it, and all the motion and action going on was just really intense, and I loved it.
So you got and what about the Blue Devil showing up?
I've loved Ian Ziering in every bit of this show so far.
It's so
I think
not
it's-
Sharknado.
I think his delivery as kind of a pompous ass, but a guy you want to love at the same time.
Yeah,
It's just-
you got to
it's
root
dead
for
on.
him. Yeah.
Right. And you can tell there's something else going on, and I really hope that they have time to flesh that out.
The Madame Xanadu and everything. Yeah, I really like the nightmare sequences. But if you think about this, so something I was going over was look at the character introductions we had, not just your standard Swamp Thing, Alec Holland, Abigail Arcane, Matt Cable, the subtle.
You got Del
Now you got the
Rio.
Rot. You got the Rot, Xanadu, Blue Devil. Who else we have in this one? Kind of
Floral
man.
guy. Yeah,
Follow
Follick man.
Man.
You got the Moronic Man.
Moronic Man, yeah. Then we have a new character coming in this week already.
Yep.
I mean, that's one of the things about this series is it's introducing pretty much almost like the beginning of a Constantine story or a Justice League Dark.
I really like how they took the nightmare sequences in this and made it, while they still add to the overall story, and I think that they haven't stopped telling a serialized story, but you can definitely tell where this series would be successful also as a procedural. I think that, the Monster of the Week kind of fare. I think they've done a really great job with that while interlacing the overarching story as well, which is pretty great.
Yeah, I think funny thing about Swamp Thing is you can't watch it if it's bright out.
You definitely do. You got to have it in the dark, man.
You gotta have it in the dark. It's gotta
Swamp
be
Thing looks the best at dark, and that's why there's the Justice League Dark. And speaking of Justice League Dark, Seawood19, how's the chat going tonight?
Oh man, I thought you'd never ask, man. We got a lively chat here. We got Chris Barrett, who is first once again. He's back from vacation, old Chris Barrett. We're happy to have him. We got Perry Comics also in the chat. What's going on, Perry? I'm sure he's wearing his blazer tonight. And we got live from Smurf Village, a.k.a. the Cheese Factory, Caleb Comics Smurf Murphy. Jeez, I can't talk tonight. But nice to see you, Caleb. And we got Chaos in Comics. He says, Swamp Thing episode 4 was good. It has not fallen apart yet. I sure hope it doesn't fall apart, period. That'd be awesome. And we got the Mastodon Comics and Collecting. What's going on, Don?
Donnie.
Oh, yeah. And we got Comics Misexplained, not gone too soon tonight. He says he will never wash dishes again, LOL. Yeah, I don't like using those garbage disposals, that's for sure. Oof. But yeah, I really think this episode shined because of those nightmare sequences. Not only like that snake scene, like, oh my god, that snake looked like it probably is a digital effect, but it was a damn good looking digital effect. I mean, that is like you said, it was shot very tense. I was surprised that the guy died though. I was kind of hoping like he'd survive, but I guess he bled out. They didn't really explain that too much.
Yeah, they should have used a tourniquet above where about 3 inches above where the cut was, and tourniquet that sucker.
Man, the guy owns a bar in a swamp. He ain't no damn nurse.
That's Del Rio.
Yeah, but you have to remember, he owns a bar in a swamp. I'm sure he's seen a few injuries here or there.
Yeah, speeding to the Gators. Call it a day.
But I think the craziest nightmare sequence had to be that unsolved mystery of the bar owner's mother getting murdered by that like creepy gang of like the one was wearing like a pig head mask.
Yeah,
that was
they're like
creepy. I'm
clown
thinking that had to
things.
be some hate crimes back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
the
don't
other
know,
one
looked
we
like
haven't
Professor
talked about
Pig to
yet.
me. Was it
Yeah,
Professor
that's what I'm
Pig?
thinking, Professor Pig.
Everybody sell your spec books, Professor Pig first appearances.
And then you had what may have looked like kind of the first Arcane in Abby's vision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like we get Arcane.
Little patchwork man, her dad, that could have
Yeah.
been. Would have been something if they actually showed a little patchwork man.
I think they're hyping him up for a couple episodes later down the line. So hopefully they're planting that seed now.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yes.
Liz, now you watch every Swamp Thing episode. What do you think of it? What do you think of this last episode? What part did you like the most?
Yeah, this last one was intense. Oh my goodness, my heart. It was a lot to take in this last one, but man, Abby Arcane, she's a boss.
Oh, yeah.
Like going into that swamp, no way, no. I would be so gone. So, I mean, I think she's a great character. She definitely is my favorite character.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty easy to go into the swamp fearless if Swamp Thing's got a hard on for you.
Yeah.
If you're hardening his twigs.
If you're in with Miracle Girl, you'll be just fine. So, little Viagra joke for the small plant. Little Miracle Girl. What else?
That's right. That's good with JD.
How we doing? TJ's here. There we go.
The Slab Dragon.
What's going on, TJ? He put out a video tonight too. I gotta watch that. I saw it right before I hopped on here. So check out TJ. Now, what did you guys think about old Avery Sunderland and his kind of quick backstory there that they haven't quite finished yet? Do you think he's gonna end up killing his father off in that swamp too?
Dude, he's dark.
Yeah.
He is dark. Being trained to not have any mercy for anything that had the dark swamp eyes. And even just the way you see him manipulating his wife in this episode. Definitely
bringing that
watch
kid
out
in.
for Sutherland.
He's buying children.
I mean,
I know a lot of Sutherlands. I
The
know
man's
Donald, I know
hardcore.
Kiefer, but this guy, he's something else. So Avery Sutherland.
Look, if you got to buy a kid just to raise your PR profile, that's. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, but really, does he have to do that? Buy a kid right then and there?
That's like buying a kid for more likes on Facebook or Instagram.
You think if I buy a kid and put him on
it's
my
a
channel, I'll get
win-win.
more likes?
Okay, he gets votes, and his wife's happy, and he gets her money. So
And that girl's probably going to have a pretty good life, too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Ghost Daughter's going to murder that girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
You jealous Ghost Daughter.
Yeah.
She'll be living nice for a little bit, at least.
Yeah. Better than she would be in the hospital.
Dude, everyone thinks
finding subs.
everyone thinks the sheriff. Everyone thinks the
thinking
sheriff's
possession.
crazy.
You think she's gonna possess the little girl?
Caleb in the chat. God saw fit to take their first child. They don't get around to. That's brutal. That is brutal.
But Caleb's not far from the swamp. They keep it real down there.
What y'all think about that sheriff lady going crazy?
Oh, Cable?
She got the dark.
Mama Cable?
That's what I
Yep.
keep calling her too, Mama Cable.
Yeah, I don't know what our, Sheriff Cable. But the thing about that thing is, what about, the balls of Avery, his wife is right upstairs and he's trying to get it on with the.
I know, right? Yeah, back in that other one, yeah.
she doesn't come downstairs after dinner.
No, that's one thing. So,
It's a lot of evil characters, and I enjoy that. They're doing crazy things.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want some more backstory. I want to see more of this no face guy. Is it the father? Is it the uncle? Who is it? And I also want to see some more Blue Devil. Is he going to put the mask on, the face?
are we gonna get the good guy or the bad guy?
Yeah.
Which
I
mask?
think we're going to get a good guy. I think that he's doing his best here. He's trapped in the situation. We don't really know the gist of it, but we know that he can't leave this town. He's there to help somebody. So he's there to help. You know that he's there to help, so you know he's a good guy in my mind.
Yeah.
Phantom Stranger gimmick, freaking Highway to Heaven gimmick, Michael Landon and all. You help the guy, then you move on. Bill Bixby, got the knapsack. And you help the person.
Quantum Leap, you just changed times.
Those were some of the best stories, though. Just those little one-offs. You help the person, you're done. You get $200 for pass and go. See you later, man. I love the one-offs.
Oh, Scott Bakula, Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Mark, what did you think about the episode?
Well, Master John, quick to answer your question. I'm eating cotton candy grapes.
Oh, those are delicious.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The wonders of GMOs.
What do you think of the episode, Doug? Finish eating.
Easy.
I thought the episode was really great. Yes, it was very intense. I did enjoy the CGI of the snake. It did freak me out for a split second there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, as for putting your hand on the blender, I mean, dude, what the heck?
Yeah.
Insanity.
I thought it was a deep fryer, and I'm like, that's just gonna suck. But then when I saw what it really was, I was like, whoa. I thought he was gonna throw it in the deep fryer first. You know?
I'm actually surprised that he didn't. Like, none of the people who were wielding the weapons actually shot anybody.
Yeah.
I was like
I
half
was
expecting
scared,
somebody
man.
to get shot because of that.
Yeah. And that nurse
blood.
went nuts at almost a Carrie scene 2 or whatever was going on.
Mhm.
Little gymnasium school dance problem.
Man, it was just there was points where I wanted to turn away during that scene, but I did see that one very end scene where right when they covered that little stump up with the little pinky finger sticking out funky. That was nasty. But it was cool. It was nasty, but it was cool because it was straight running horror, man. That stuff, the stuff where you're so squeamish you can't even look at the screen. It's so like bloody and disgusting, you know.
Yeah.
But then you look at it anyway because, fucking A, why not?
It's just watching spaghetti fly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, my one criticism of the show so far is: do you guys think there's enough Swamp Thing in these episodes so far? Do you think we're building up to more? Hopefully,
I think we're getting more.
There hasn't
I
been
think we're
near
getting
enough
more.
Alec or Swamp Thing.
I think they got to build up the bad guys first, or build up the
Mhm.
first before they start inundating a bunch of Alec-ins.
Well, he showed up a whole lot in episode 2, right? When he had the chance to have a fight and rip the dude apart. Was that episode 2?
I believe so. Yeah.
I
Right,
think that
and
was
he
he
showed up-
speaks.
Yeah, no, that was
Or
that was
pre.
episode
It was
3.
pre. He speaks.
He showed up a
Two.
lot in episode 3
Yeah. 2. He fucked
because
that
he
guy up.
had the showdown with the Rot. And I think episode 4 he had a big crux. He was a big crux of the story, being able to alleviate the situation with the darkness. So he's been used sparingly, but I think really well.
A hero, just like Baron Corbin.
Oh my God.
Can somebody mute him? I don't want to hear any more about Corbin.
I'm coming for you, sucker.
That's not what he said.
No.
I'm definitely excited at the fact that Swamp Thing, Alec, he's finally starting to come to terms a bit more with what's happened to him and what he is, I guess. Because he even told Abigail that the plants, the trees, everything, it's talking to him. And he's able to understand more, he's able to see more.
That's kind of like how. That's kind of how it happened with me.
I want to hear the green come out of him one time, and I'll be totally fine with this entire season.
Green and the red. We got to give it up for Buddy Baker, Animal Man. Maybe he'll make a return.
I would mark out. That's for sure.
I still think I'm not sure. They need to put the Animal Man back on the DC Universe app.
Those jerks. You do my daily check for Legend.
Yeah, man. See, I got them in the box, but I like to read them digital. I don't want to ruin my copies. I want to keep my copies in very fine because I think they're in very fine. The Swamp Thing, though, I think I'm most excited for the next episode to see if we get more Swamp Thing, like talking or fighting or doing some cool effects and stuff. What do y'all think, Catrin? What do you think? You want to see like more Swamp Thing just kick some ass, like fuck some shit up?
I just love to see more Swamp Thing trying to understand the world around him. To be honest, I'm like, I understand we're gonna get the fight scenes. It's a comic TV show. It's gonna happen every single episode.
You want more.
totally
You
for
want
that.
more tapping into the green. You want to get tapped in.
I
first.
do. I want him to explore the green, the audience a bit. And that's the one thing I feel like we're missing from this show wholeheartedly. He hasn't really been able to tap into that yet.
Yeah.
Which for me, that's been a lot of what Swamp Thing is. But
Like
I mean,
sinking down into the ground and then coming up in a whole different place, like little teleport style.
I just love
Get swamped.
to see him show up somewhere and just fight randomly.
I would like to see an
Explain
episode
it
that was more introspective, more in his head, more visions of Alec, but also more him just kind of meandering through the swamp and feeling feelings and such. But then again, I look at the show and I realize that overall, that's why they have so much other things going on. There are so many threads that they're weaving together to kind of give you a little drip drop of that Swamp Thing sadness and misery and confusion throughout these other stories, because this isn't Legion. You know, they can't take a whole episode to do a dance sequence inside of somebody's mind. And it's a different thing. But I would like to see a little bit more with the Swamp Thing. I just think as far as the story that they're telling, he's definitely served very well so far.
I think they're not messing with the brand. They're keeping it original style. I'm loving it. I'm loving everything about it. I would like to see the introduction of the new characters. I definitely want to see some Constantine. I'm asking a lot in 10 issues. But if it was 2 seasons, I could wait for this stuff. But I want to see where this would have gone. You know, I think it deserves a shot.
And you know, if you're a fan of Injustice 2, the game does have Swamp Thing as a playable character. And if you like to play spacing, you know, if you like the Dawson style from Street Fighter 2, you'll love Swamp Thing because his vines are coming after you. What do you think about that, Cat Wren? I know you're a big video game fan. Have you ever played as Swamp Thing on the Injustice 2?
Okay, so we have a rule when we play Injustice 2. If one of us picks Swamp Thing or Poison Ivy in it, there has to be a round where the other one is whoever. So if I'm playing Ivy, then he gets to be Swamp Thing. So it's 2 grades against each other. That's a pretty interesting fight, though. I gotta tell you.
Isn't Poison Ivy just Swamp Thing with boobs?
She's the pretty Swamp Thing.
I mean, that's
She's
in
the
the eye of the
Swamp Thing
beholder.
that's
She's
gonna-
got boobs, right?
She does have boobs.
She's got the boobs. She's just like Swamp Boobs. That's what she's changed her name to Swamp Boobs. Come on,
like
Dan
Jessica-
Didio. I know you're watching this.
Basically, Jessica Rabbit and Swamp Thing had a baby, and that's Poison Ivy.
Nice.
Comics
calling her
explains that
Swamp
Tom King is the ultimate moron. You guys can read that whole comment if you like.
Man, I can't insult Tom King anymore. I read Mr. Miracle today.
Hey, that's in the past. What's done is done. What have you done for
It's
me
in my
lately?
present.
What has he done for me lately besides ruin Wally West and Batman all at the same time?
You'll bring me back, but not today. I just,
Wants us to be
Mr.
depressed.
Miracle is amazing. That's all I'll say about it for now.
Look, if we can rename Dick Grayson Rick Grayson and shoot him in the head, we can call Poison Ivy Swamp Boobs. Let's just do it.
Hey, CBR reports that Wally West will be back. You know,
Well, yeah, he's just locked up. He's not dead. He's
he'll
not
be
Roy
back.
Harper.
Yeah, he's suicidal, so they put him in solitary.
How about, you know, speaking of like outside the issues, have you seen the trailer for the Teen Titans versus the Teen Titans Go?
No.
No.
It's pretty much the follow-up movie to the Teen Titans Go movie.
So it'll
Like,
be
I
the
guess
best DC movie ever.
Well, you know, at the very end of the Teen Titans Go, there was that little, if you stayed for the little end credits thing or whatever, it was the old school Teen Titans cartoon, which I liked better.
Yeah.
It had a better intro music, but beyond that, it was not nearly as good as Teen Titans Go.
Well,
There weren't nearly
Go's
enough
funny.
meatballs or pie or pizza.
I don't know. I like the old school, but yeah, that's going to be a movie, so watch out for that. That'll be a fun one to take the fam to the theater to watch. And it's one of those. They'll probably do one of those gimmicks, Infinite Earth style multiverse gimmicks. Here's the Teen Titans from this multiverse. Here's the Teen Titans from this one, and just put them together.
Teen Titans Go, they have much better music in the show. The opening theme for the original Teen Titans is great. It makes me very happy every time I hear it. But every time Teen Titans Go is on, I laugh my ass off.
Mm-hmm.
That show is amazing.
I do. I feel you. I mean, I don't know.
Just like the waffles.
I like the comedy of Teen Titans Go because Drew's exactly right. I laugh my ass off. I'll just laugh. There's multiple things in there I just start laughing at. But
the Challengers of the Unknown legend, Phase Unknown.
And I
Just
really
dance
did
for your
like that.
bees.
I did like
Dance
that.
for you, bees.
Just dance for your bees.
You gotta dance for your It's true.
Gotta dance for them bees.
Sometimes I just miss the old school stuff,
I'll tell you this much. Teen Titans Go, as fun as it is, I mean, it doesn't touch me in the heart the way that the original Teen Titans did from like the mid 2000s. You're talking about,
Yeah,
Lesnar.
that's the one. Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about everything that went on with each individual character dealing with all of their emotional problems there. Where Teen Titans Go, it's much more like, hey, it's silly, it's crazy. We might break into Batman's,
Kind of reminds me of
we might
Tiny
break into the
Toons.
Batcave and dress up as Bat Family members because we're just that good.
Well, that's the thing is, as soon as you do that, you have to remark on how bad the costume smells inside. Because they do. They smell awful. Alfred is not being paid enough to disinfect those things after every year. There's going to be
One thing they did.
Especially
One thing the
Damien
Teen
never
Titans
touches
Go.
off.
The Teen Titans Go movie, they did right. They did have the Challengers of the Unknown, but they also had some Jonah Hex and some Ted Kord Blue Beetle on there. They had all kind of little cameos. I thought that was really cool.
Drew, there's a part of Teen Titans versus Justice League where Damian Wayne literally smells his armpit in the Robin suit and is like, nah, I'm good. Just because Dick Grayson asked him if it was time for him to take off the costume. And he only takes it off to bathe, apparently.
Yeah, why not?
You know what? You want to hear a funny costume or a funny story about costume guys with armpits? Back in the day, this was Chad and Rich reviews from the Batcave, one of the hottest shows out there on YouTube. And Chad's in the comic shop, and all these guys are playing Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or something, And then, anyways, so all of them are getting down, and they're just so sweaty, and none of them wore no deodorant. I mean, so the whole place was they were just stenching up the joint, And just imagine like all these like dudes, sweaty armpits, playing Magic the Gathering, and just you can just whiff it in, you suck it in, smell it. And when you smell it, it smells like armpits, body odor. Disgusting. So Chad is there trying to eat his pizza, but then he just sniffs it in, and he's gonna puke. Right, Carson?
Mark's face right now.
Thank you, Vincent K.
So, Mark,
McMahon.
what are you eating? Look like just like a steak.
Beb, what are you eating?
I went from grape to steak.
Like a champ.
I don't know. Something after I said spaghetti fly, I was like, I need something meaty.
A bowl of steak.
After all the horror sequence and the gore and talking about all that,
Yeah, just after that,
Yeah,
I really,
some
it always craves a raw steak or a rare steak. For some unknown reason. Every time I watch a horror movie, I have to have a rare steak.
He's not lying.
Get that bloodlust.
Yeah.
That's it. Get the meat sweats.
Yep.
Not if you pace yourself. You gotta pace yourself. You don't want the meat sweats.
Yeah, ruin your bat suit.
We don't talk about the bat suit.
Look at this stuff. Yeah, Caleb says Batman animated and new Batman are still the all-time best. Comics explains that Teen Titans Go has hidden philosophical ideals hidden under comedy and is the better show.
Chris
I
Barrett
agree.
forget Batman animated. It's all about that.
Yep, that's his ringtone.
Nope.
The X-Men animated.
No.
What about
Snake.
you, Catherine? What is your- Catherine,
You and
what's
I
your
are going to
animated?
disagree. You and
Uh-oh.
I are going to disagree. It is Batman the animated series all day long. I do love the
Amen, sister.
90s X-Men, but you really
Onroy,
can't
baby.
beat the OG Batman
Bruce Mark
and
Hamill.
Joker you see from Mark Hamill and Conroy. I mean,
Paul
every
Dini.
time I read a book and it's got the Joker in it, I have Mark Hamill in my head
That's
reading
weird.
all of the Joker's lines.
Look,
That's my
Batman the Animated Series was fantastic, and I watched it every day when I got home from school, and I watched it every Saturday. But never, not once, did Batman the Animated Series give me a 12-part epic that kept me on the edge of my seat, like the X-Men the Animated Series did with the Savage Land story and the Phoenix story. It was just the best adaptations of comics, whereas Batman the Animated Series was great, and it did a whole lot of building things that they put into the comics eventually. It was really great procedural one-on, one-off stories. But man, the continuity built into the X-Men the Animated Series, if they showed you a repeat one week on Saturday morning, you were like angry. Me and my brother would throw shit. It would get ugly over here. And it'd be like, they're showing the damn Savage Land again. We're supposed to get the end of the Phoenix Saga, and dude, it was great.
I like the one where they like Apocalypse takes over time. And
Oh, that was
harder, and you finally get to see like Bishop and Cable and all those guys, and they're bringing all the psychics to take over time, so you can see Psylocke like one of the first times. And but I don't know, it's hard to pick between X-Men and Batman the Animated Series for me. I just like
They're very different.
Batman, like X-Men had the good continuity and stuff, but Batman had some of the best individual like 20-minute episodes of any show you'll ever see in your life. Like the Mr. Freeze episode and the episode where he becomes Two-Face. I mean, those early ones especially are really good.
Did
I'm
they
just saying-
ever release
X-Men
X-Men
was
on
That
DVD?
arc, though.
The animated?
Yeah, it's on DVD.
Oh,
They're not very good quality DVDs,
I'm
but
just
they're out there.
saying, whether
It's
you
gonna
love
be on
her,
Hulu
whether
soon or
you
that Disney
hate
Plus.
her, Batman the Animated TV series really did launch Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
So what started off as a one-off character is now, I would say, easily one of the pillars of
And who
DC
was the
today.
first? Who was the first voice? Was it Jennifer Tilly at first? No, who was it?
It was the
Huh?
guy from Days of Our Lives, old Penelope.
The
or
first
whatever
Harley?
it was.
Yeah.
That was
Because it's been a
Arlene
lot.
Sorkin.
Arlene Sorkin.
That's right,
Sorkin.
Arlene Sorkin.
Yeah.
From
Arlene
Days of Our
Sorkin.
Lives. She was also
Yep.
on that stupid show with Uncle Joey from Full House or some
Yeah.
comedy thing.
She
They
did
hosted
her
that
hand a
back
few
in the
other
day.
things. She was the original, kind of reminded you of because Harley, that's when I first saw it was, Mask of the Phantasm came out, and then the animated series came right around the same time. So.
Paul Dini got the idea from watching her in a dream scene on Days of Our Lives. This is back in the 80s or something, because I remember all this crap.
Clown scene she did.
Yeah, she was wearing that clown suit, and the way she was singing, that voice she had, perfect for like a Harley Quinn type character,
They fight.
I would love to have the whole Mondo poster series of Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, that's
The
cool.
one for Heart of Ice.
Did you? Are you following all of White Whale's his cover quest? He's trying on the hunt. When he was on those times, he had a theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had all the animated series The original
Hey.
that artist, what's his name? Not Darwin Cook, the other one.
Bruce Timm.
Yeah, Bruce Timm. Yep.
Yeah. Big
Immortal
shout
Biggie
out.
Shaq.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Synchronistic, man. Biggie Shaq in the house, man.
Been seeing him.
Caleb's in the house. CB. Great to see CB, Chris
Yeah,
Barrett.
Pick for one of the best episodes. Two-Face.
I love that Two-Face design, man. That Batman the Animated Series Two-Face action figure when I was a kid, man, that was my favorite.
Oh yeah. Because he was like the one guy who was never on like the 66 series. So when he was on the animated series when I was a kid, I was blown away 'cause I didn't really know Two-Face that well yet.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither.
And then Tommy Lee Jones ruined it all a few years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he did.
You know what? Tommy Lee Jones wasn't that bad.
It
It was
was
just a
worse.
terrible
Yeah.
movie.
Worst.
It was just a bad
Worst
movie.
role he ever played. It's his worst thing he ever did.
You know what?
Done worse.
I defy you right now. I'm gonna look up his IMDb. I'm gonna find at least 5 things worse than that.
No.
Do it, Drew.
I'm doing it right now.
That
You
was,
can't count Men in Black 3. That was a bona fide cameo.
which one?
I was gonna say you can't count Men in Black 3 where he literally
I certainly can. We're
he
counting.
basically did the whole movie on his phone. Like literally phoned it in. I wish he would have phoned in Batman Forever.
That was the worst.
It was bad.
Iconic actor, Fugitive.
I've seen Baron Corbin act better.
Hot boiling acid.
Volcano.
The Volcano.
Volcano.
That was pretty rough.
Funny.
But that actually,
comedy.
Volcano
It
was
was in a movie called Hope Springs with Meryl Streep. I guarantee you that Batman Forever is better than that.
It's Meryl Streep's.
Meryl Streep, dude.
He was in Space Cowboys where they sent a bunch of old guys to the moon. That
That was a good movie.
No, it
a good
wasn't.
movie. I'll have to agree with
That
you on that
movie,
one.
if that movie comes on, you all watch it. You know it.
You've never
I
seen
will
it?
turn it off.
It's kind of like
Oh, and you
Cool,
said I was born under a rock.
kind of like the movie Cool
It was in
Running.
the Matt Damon,
Let's,
Jason Bourne 2016. That movie was terrible.
That was terrible.
Y'all want to know?
Don't even
Y'all want to
bring that
know a
name.
story about that Space Cowboys? Like back
That
in
was
the
a good
day.
movie, Legend. I like that one. You got Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
Tommy
Like
Jones, James
back in the day,
Garner.
like, I
So
was-
we've
I was about
we've discovered
25.
JD likes terrible movies.
I was
That's a
about
good
25
movie.
when
That's a
that
fun
movie
movie.
came out.
I like
Except my
terrible movies, too.
grandparents.
If he had a cancer and
The
died.
grandparents
There's a
loved
mistake
that
of liking
movie.
terrible movies and just
Grandparents
I don't
at
have
that
bad
time
taste
loved
in
that
movies,
movie,
honey. I do not have bad taste in movies. Just because my movies are old doesn't make them bad.
you call a movie from
It was in Men in
2005.
Black 2. That was bad.
That was very
that
bad.
was very bad.
What happened in the second one?
I don't remember I remember the first one.
He was in a movie with just
Yeah.
recently with
Second.
Morgan Freeman called Just Getting Started. Have you heard of it? No, you haven't because it was terrible.
Keep going. Keep going.
I keep going. Like he's been in a lot of good movies. He's also been in his fair share of stinkers.
If you were Robert Downey Jr., I mean not Robert Downey. If you were Tommy Lee Jones, and you look back in your entire career, you look at all the characters you played and just looked at one, and one of them that you looked at, you're like, I should have rethought that one. He would look up at his wall and say, "Who the fuck talked me into doing that shit?"
No, because he would remember all the zeros on the paycheck for being in a
He got
Schumacher
paid.
Batman
He
movie.
got paid. He got paid. That movie was terrible. Jim Carrey in a onesie. Fuck.
He was in Small Soldiers. That movie's terrible.
More career damage.
See, now you're blaspheming.
Small soldiers.
Small
Yeah.
Soldiers is terrible. Go back and rewatch it. You will change your
I'm
mind.
gonna say it right now. Small
You bet
soldiers
you didn't
over
cover it.
Toy Story.
Drew, you
I just
started
made a lot of
storm.
people mad, but Small Soldiers is my childhood.
I just saw Toy Story 4. You know what they didn't make? They didn't make a Small Soldiers 2, 3, or 4. There's
You
a
know
reason for
what?
that.
You know what? All right, Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, decent films. Toy Story 3, why bother? I'm not even going to go see Toy Story
You
3.
didn't see Toy Story 3?
I saw Toy Story 3.
One.
He
It's the
owns
saddest
it.
movie in the history of the world.
I hate Toy Story 3. I
Beastmaster.
think it's a
They were
crap.
in
Hashtag
Yeah.
ferrets
They
for
were all
life.
fans in a
Ferrets for
furnace.
life.
Everybody
It's a
Beastmaster.
waste of film.
Wow.
Well, they didn't
A
film it.
waste of time, a waste of
digital.
money.
It's a digital file.
I hate that movie.
3
He
was
knows I hate that movie because
You guys know Tommy Lee Jones was in Charlie's Angels in 1976. That was probably better than a lot of his movies.
Oh, did you guys see that god awful trailer they just dropped?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Are they all wearing wigs all the time?
What's
So,
that?
Charlie's Angels, where
Kristen
trailer
Stewart,
dropped today?
Elizabeth Banks, and
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks is playing Bosley.
yeah.
Yes, this is
No.
this.
I watch anything with Elizabeth Banks in it. Doesn't matter how terrible it is. She's an attractive lady.
Well, have fun with that.
She is an attractive woman, but I don't think she's worth it.
Funny.
Not
Just
this
watch Brightburn again.
It's the opening sequence of Kristen Stewart trying to be an action hero alone is like, no. There's
Well,
no
I mean,
point.
Kristen Stewart trying to act is a terrible idea.
Honestly, when I saw the trailer drop today, I was like, "Is this like a joke? Is this a gimmick that somebody's just trying to like, create?" And I was like, "No, it's an actual movie. It's full length." I'm like, "Why?"
You saw those same four faces that she makes in every movie she's in, right?
Hey guys, do you
Great.
The movie.
just
I'm
a
excited.
quick question? Do you guys remember in 2005 when a Texas Ranger had to protect a group of cheerleaders who witnessed a murder? It was called Man of the House and it starred Tommy Lee Jones.
That's true.
But
Yeah,
you know
that
why
was
all these
a great
Tommy Lee
drinking game.
movies came out and sucked?
We
Because
own
he
that
made
movie. That's a
Batman
drinking game in our
Forever.
house
And it was
It is.
terrible.
because it's so bad.
Batman
What?
Forever is not that bad.
Yeah.
In comparison, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's
Superman.
I'll be a
entertaining.
Huckleberry.
It's
I'll be a
entertaining.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huckleberry.
He's Batman Forever.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Here's the thing: is Batman Forever may not be Batman the Motion Picture. It may not be Batman Returns, but it's
Yeah.
certainly not
Val
Batman and
Kilmer
Robin,
instead.
and it's certainly not Batman v Superman, and it's certainly not whatever the hell Justice League was. It's all the way down here. Like
What-
Batman Forever is like literally like it's not it's like on par in my opinion with the Dark
Down
Knight
where?
Rises. Down here. Now it's on par with the Dark Knight Rises, which means it's like it's like the baseline for Batman. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's just okay. It's smack dab in the middle of the Batman offerings, and I think that it should be given the respect that it's due.
It's definitely entertaining.
It brought one thing it did is I was Drew Barrymore was kind of like first time back after being, fucked up for all those years. That was like an early return of hers before she got her career back on.
Yeah, she was super hot.
She was much better then. That was a good part of that movie.
It was like that good 4 years where Drew Barrymore was hot. Like what happened before that, she was too young, and after that, it's like what Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Now you can be Adam Sandler's love interest because you look like you got a foot.
I mean, I didn't I see Val Kilmer was Batman. I think he's an underrated Batman.
The only thing that sucks about Batman Forever is Seal.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Seal?
Yeah,
Like the animal or the singer?
The singer.
When was the last time you saw that movie?
It's the one song Seal had in that movie.
it's the one song Seal had.
It's probably I have not seen that
Yeah,
movie
but
probably
didn't
since
he
it was in
marry?
theaters.
Didn't he marry
Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
think about
Kiss
that.
from a rose.
Forced him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He was a one hit wonder with the face like that. He looked like he got hit in the face with an iron.
Been divorced for years.
I thought he may have been hit with his face
Hey.
with a seal.
Oh,
Didn't he get into a fight with something?
A
He got
seal.
fluffed by a seal.
Val Kilmer, Tombstone,
seriously
enough
where you got
said,
his name
Woodard.
from?
I agree with that.
No. Kitty was a joke.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
Let's just say Batman and Robin was the worst movie of all time. Sequel to that.
It's not even the worst DC movie of all time.
Batman
It is.
and Robin.
Yes, it is.
Wasn't that-
Batman and Robin makes more
It's
narrative
Clooney,
sense
right?
than Suicide
I know, but
Squad.
who did that?
I'd probably. That's wow.
George Clooney? Oh gosh,
Is
Chloe.
that Joe Schumacher?
I'm just gonna turn over the chat on this.
Also,
one.
I feel really bad for Alicia Silverstone and all the bullying that she got while being a part of that film.
TJ says he's watched Batman versus Superman and Justice League. They were amazing. He watched both several times. He doesn't understand the hate. Were they perfect? No.
I
He's
like
got
the-
judgment on Black Panther. I think Black Panther might be the most overrated movie of all time, not named Goodfellas, but that's just me.
Look, it's
Whoa.
a comic book film. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you are a true fan and you think that the character is entertaining throughout, you had fun, you had your popcorn, you were thoroughly entertained throughout, you didn't fall asleep,
Oh yeah, that's
you're
right. I
good.
have popcorn.
And as long as it's basically not the newest Hellboy where Mark fell asleep 20 minutes in and I had to wake him up, you're
You
golden.
didn't have to wake him up. You could have just let him rest.
New Hellboy gone too soon. Gone too soon.
I agree with TJ.
Should have
about
been Perlman.
Justice League, but I hated
Definitely
Batman and
should have
Superman.
been
But can we get back to Drew dissing Goodfellas?
Oh no,
what-
don't get me wrong.
Goodfellas, really?
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Goodfellas, and I don't think Goodfellas is a bad movie. But what I do think Goodfellas is the most overrated movie in the history of movies. Everybody puts Goodfellas at a 10, and it's clearly a 7. There's so much about it that could have been better. There's so much about it that was a swing and a miss. What's his name? Scorsese got right in movies afterwards, and I think that Casino is far better than Goodfellas.
I agree.
That's just my opinion. I'm sorry that I'm right about it. Goodfellas is good. It's not amazing.
My hot
You know-
take on that genre is you take your sentence and insert Scarface there instead, and that's my take.
Scarface is better than
y-
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I will say Goodfellas is where it should be. I mean, if you rank gangster movies of its own time,
Let's-
brought this-
Let's take gangster movies out of it. Let's just look at Scorsese movies.
Okay,
I think
The
Goodfellas
Godfather.
lies down at the bottom rung of Scorsese.
okay. Scorsese. I mean, are we going full on Scorsese?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you're gonna
Make
do.
it
I'm,
off a
I'm gonna.
Make it off a
Raging Bull. I don't think they should be.
Raging Bull's a better movie.
Raging Bull's one, in my opinion, on Scorsese.
Well, I like a lot of Scorsese movies. I really enjoyed Gangs of New York. I think that's
Chris
I
either
like it.
one or two for
I
me.
wouldn't put it above Raging.
I like that Highlander.
There could be only one, and it can't be Goodfellas. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying it's not Scorsese's. I mean, he's got a lot of movies. The Departed is way up there.
Departed is way better than Goodfellas.
You know, all these
Shutter
movies-
Island, way better than Goodfellas.
Taxi Driver's the best.
Way better than Goodfellas.
See, I'm,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wrong. I mean, I'd like to be eventually so I can know what it feels like, but that's not today.
Are you okay?
You did. Joking.
anybody in the chat agree with Drew, or is Drew just a man on his island like he has been, and that what makes him Drew?
Calm down, there, pal.
I see a lot of people agreeing with me in the chat.
Immortal Biggie Shack says Scarface is the best.
Well,
Comics
Chris
were-
Barrett says Gangs of New York is the best. You got Taxi Driver and Raging Bull mentions from Comics Misexplained. Untouchables from Caleb Comics Worth Murphy.
Right, oh my
Scarface is the best drinking game. You take a shot every time he.
Scorsese do Untouchables? I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, that's Brian De Palma, I think.
Peter Weller. Peter
Nowhere
Weller.
near the best drinking game.
Sharknado.
Sharknado's the best drinking game.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, it was a good one.
I like playing Drinking Star Wars. You pick the stormtroopers. You get fucked up in a half hour.
No, every time someone gets eaten by a shark or Sharknado, you take a shot.
Yeah.
hmm I don't know how many.
Leprechaun.
Oh, Leprechaun.
Every time he does something silly.
That's any scene.
True.
old Warwick Davis.
Chris
He's
Barrett
awesome.
says he thinks Godfather is the most overrated. Godfather has to exist in a world where
Oh.
Godfather Part 1 and Part 2 are one movie. And I'm sorry, Godfather Part 2 is one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree. Drew's
way,
truly
way,
friend.
way.
I finally did watch. Did you guys all watch the Godfather saga? Like Drew said, where they're all 1 and 2s combined into one. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, that was the TV.
Dude, yeah.
They did that in the 90s on TV, though, it did.
Yeah, it was interesting. I kind of enjoyed the extra footage, but I still prefer to watch them separately.
Here's the deal: you can, if I say to you right now, you can watch Goodfellas, you can watch Wolf of Wall Street. You're going to watch Wolf of Wall Street. It's a better movie, top to bottom. It's more entertaining. The music is better. The acting is better.
Oh,
What?
good.
That's right, man. Shawshank Redemption, my top 3 movies I put on the pedestal, getting 10 out of 10
Wait.
is Shawshank
So-
Redemption.
Wait, what's going on
Back
over there,
to the
JD?
Future
Yeah,
trilogy.
yeah, Jimmy, what are you doing over there, buddy?
Back
No.
to the Future trilogy, and then Shazam.
Anyway, back
That's
to
my
Wolf of
top
Wall
3
Street.
movies.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, you get to see Margaret Robbie.
Yeah, you get to see Margot Robbie, and you get to see Harley Quinn and the goddamn Punisher in the same movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, who fights bears.
Yep.
Come on, it's a superhero movie. Think about it.
Yeah.
Loaded on cocaine and money.
Also, I love the story of how she actually won that role.
I love the scene where he thinks he's driving home, all careful, and he's really on the freeway.
Oh yeah. Oh, hi, Jim.
The Biggie Shag says his top movies are Scarface, Superman 1, then Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction's great as well. We could do a whole thing about Tarantino movies.
Yeah, we're good.
I think Tarantino movies are fantastic.
I'm really looking forward to his
So how
movie
about
next.
Swamp Thing? Everything was great about Swamp Thing, right?
What? Who's Swamp Thing?
I know, right?
We're talking
Anyway.
about movies now, Beth.
Tarantino. Anyway, yes, we could do a whole thing on Tarantino movies.
Maybe we should.
Monty Python.
Mighty Python, all the series of Mighty Python, including the TV shows.
I'm down for that.
Damn.
The Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
The Knights of Knee.
We are now the Knights that say right? Something like that.
Pardon me,
Oh, no.
old man.
But we got it. I got it.
Is velocity.
Come and see the violence inherent in the system. Come and see the violent inherent in the system. Help! I'm being oppressed.
Yeah, what is the airspeed velocity of a sparrow?
A swallow.
Swallow.
African or European? Well, I don't know.
And it's actually 24 miles per hour.
Yep.
It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you.
Oh, that rabbit.
That omen right there. Woo.
That bunny with the holy hand grenade.
Oh, thy holy
We had
hand
that
grenade.
stuffed animal. A friend of mine gave me the original stuffed animal from that movie, and Jean stole it.
Yeah. She buried it somewhere.
Biggie Shack in the chat. I think I have the best taste, and I'm never wrong. Also, that's why you're my spirit animal. That's why you're my spirit animal, Biggie Shack.
Just bang the coconuts, you're right. Comic Smurf Murphy.
Good stuff.
I still do that from time to time.
Just my swamp state dead cage in storage. All right, good night, folks. Comics Misexplained on the internet.
Hey, Slab Dragon. You're aware that there's a new dynasty, right? Yeah, that's right. It's all on Netflix. Go ahead and watch it. I do. I make Mark watch it. I
No, she
make him
doesn't.
watch it when I'm mad at him.
He's not my king. I didn't vote for him. Oh man, this show has gone off the rails. Is it Friday?
Yeah, close enough.
Off the rails, baby. Hey, well, tomorrow night on Off the Rails, Friday night, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, you're going to see some of the best in the community go off the freaking rails. And we're going to have a special guest you're going to want to see. And it's all about the Diamond Previews, man. Diamond Previews from Previews World. We got some people you are not going to want to miss this show tomorrow night. Kat Wren, what do you think about that? Is that a great plug or what? Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing show. A lot going on there. A lot to talk about. Crazy news going on in comics and in the community.
Stop putting your tail.
I got my copy of previews right here. Right here, folks.
That's very interesting hanging out with Mark. But yes, big shout out to previews.
Yeah.
You can also check out their website for big up-to-date things. That's what I do. That's how I found out about the whole Harleen situation and like
Oh,
the
man.
released art for that.
I just opened up my previews, and in September, they're releasing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid Deluxe Edition. I'm going to have to buy that now. You have to order it from previews.
You notice how she's not enjoying that?
She still loves me more than you. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, whatever.
Man, there's a whole lot of Vampirella in this preview.
Hello, Jake.
If you like
Oh,
Vampire
Vampirella.
the Side Boob, previews is the guide for you.
I never went on the hunt with side boob.
We should do some side boob hunting. Oh wait, y'all scared of me.
Speaking of that, do you think I should do a not safe for work calendar?
No.
Yep.
Are you going to show off side boob?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why there already isn't one.
Why there is not one? Because she said no.
Smart.
I'm still thinking that I'm going to do it anyway.
It's part of the merch that we'd like to do. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
We want that
We're
Jim the
here for
Anvil
Mark's
Neidhart
side boob.
side.
This is those gimmicks we wanted to.
Watch it now, everyone. There's going to be a brand new shirt with Mark's side boob on it. Everyone, order your shirts.
You're going to be very confused because it's going to be super hairy. Just saying.
This man will go on to win the
Yes,
award
sir.
of Best Side Boob. Best Side Boob Award.
Well, actually, if you guys want to see a lot of side boob, go on to Cavern Figures and look up Shirtless Bear Fighter. You're going to see a lot of them.
A lot of his side boob.
Oh,
yeah.
good boob.
You get a little front boob and back boob on that one too.
Yep. And a spear, a freaking
You also
spear
see
on the
shivering
Care Bear.
old Care Bear.
It's okay. A little backstory behind that. It was negative 31 degrees outside, and I decided
I would have given her the
I did throw you in
jackhammer.
the snow.
Yeah.
My camera did freeze. That's why it's so short.
Oh my.
Yeah.
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 Is that why it's so short? Because it was cold outside.
No, because my camera literally froze.
Indiana winter storms.
It was, yeah. Oh, Drew, I just now understood that.
That was good.
Took me a second.
Oh my.
Wait for it.
That's a shirt.
Smart Murphy.
Is anyone read Caleb's comment?
What's this?
Now, Colossus, I would all day. Really, comic books? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
why Colossus though?
We had the exact same question come up on the second episode that Carson and I did here recently, and I gotta tell you, basically the same answer. He chose Colossus also.
Yeah, I know.
He did.
I mean, look at the options. Like Cable got basically an STD growing on his freaking face, and then that guy Cyclops, what a douche.
You married that douche.
Hey,
What do you-
look, Cyclops is a straight up dude, right? His girlfriend died, and what did he do? He started banging a chick who looked exactly like her, knocked her up, and then when his girlfriend came back to life, he left her and the baby because he's a straight up guy. Wait a second. No, Cyclops is a dick.
What is it?
It was a dick.
You killed Cable, married Cyclops, and you banged it out with
You
Colossus.
can't kill Cable. He's just
That's what
a victim
he
of his
did.
dad being a shitty person. You can't blame Cable. You had to blame Cyclops.
Hey, I married Cable.
Cyclops
not
for everything.
Look, Cyclops he's at fault. All right.
Hey, I got something to say. My very first episode of 1/4 One Life, I played X-Men, the arcade game, and I picked Cyclops. And man, let me tell you, Cyclops sucks.
You need to be Nightcrawler, boy. You need to be Nightcrawler.
I just sucked with that character. And I fucking hit the wrong button and I wasted the optic blast and his fucking
Aw,
jump
man.
kick looked like shit. Shittiest jump kick. I mean, it's a horrible. He
Yeah.
ought to be. It's a
But you know,
disgrace.
we're gonna offend somebody because we always get that. Because there are those cult people that are Cyclops fans.
Yeah.
You know
Or, like,
people. You
especially
ever-
Yeah, they're called douchebags. Stop being a Cyclops fan.
4 or like 6 people playing on one.
that or something. I don't know.
Dude,
And
I
the
love
world
that
of Marvel
game.
vs. Capcom 2, then you can pick Cable.
Yeah.
It's true.
He's OP.
But why would you when you can? Well, you could pick 3 characters. So
Yeah,
you better put Gambit on the team because
yeah,
kinetic card, trick card, baby.
Get
K-Jet Strike.
Juggernaut, Spider-Man, or your main.
Cable and Sentinel cheaps right here.
Yeah,
All
or
day,
you can
every
put that
day.
Juggernaut for
Jeez.
Sentinel. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the Sentinel. I'm a big fan of Ryu. I'm a big fan of the Wolverine, but Savage. You gotta go Savage Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
Gotta go Bone Claws.
Yeah,
Gotta go Bone
I
Claw.
like that.
Reach.
I like Juggernaut too. I think Juggernaut, Sentinel, and Cable.
You gotta have one character that takes up the whole screen.
This explains that Cyclops fans all live in Boston, but I agree with Chris Barrett.
Oh,
Cyclops fans live in Tampa.
They all suck.
The Cyclops fans probably do live in Tampa. That seems like a place where they'd live.
They probably just hear Tom Brady and Cyclops.
Yeah, definitely. There are videos for that.
See, we get this beer where I work called Cigar City. Anybody can get a chance to get Cigar City beer, do it. Really good brewery, really good beers. And somebody said, "Oh, where are they out of?" I said, "Tampa." And they said, "Really?" And I sound like something good should come from Tampa, but it is.
Nice that the old says Captain America and Strider are his team in that game. That's a pretty good team too.
Any of the old school Street Fighter characters will work. Just throw me one of them.
Yeah, Chun-Li. Get out of here, Kenny, with that Tom Brady love.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
We're talking about the greatest quarterback of all time. His name is Johnny Unitas.
that. God.
Are we doing sports now? That's outside the issues.
I think
We can't have nice
Sounds like
things.
a bad.
going over the head.
Yeah.
Comic Man Andy hopped in the chat. Good to see you, buddy.
Karen, I think this thing has gone off the rails.
We're very off the rails.
We got to.
We were an hour and in, and we were miles off the
We got
rails.
to get it back to Cat Wren on this one.
Oh, okay. You got-
Swamp Thing episode 4 was the best.
It really was. It was.
It was a good one. Everybody, if you're watching this, you're watching Swamp Thing. You're gonna watch 5. Breakout character. Go get your spec books. I'm not saying who it is.
But also, go ahead
Spoilers.
and get that DC universe. You know, it's a good deal. You know, you pay like $69. That's a damn good number to make the ladies holler. So you need to get on that DCU before you're feeling too blue. But man, when you subscribe, you'll be happy and you'll be live because you'll be seeing some of the best entertainment you're ever going to see, and that's only from D Mother Effing C. What do you think, Cat Wren? Me and Cat Wren, we love our DC. I know C Wood loves it. I tell you.
Sorry, make mine Marvel.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Marvel and indie, and some every all. Not a lot.
I like some Marvel. I like some indie, but we all know that my heart beats for DC.
Okay. I like beta tapes and laser discs.
Damn, nice.
Laser discs are
Dude, that's sweet, actually.
Beta tapes and laser discs. We're gonna have Mark's starting a new show on the Comic Core. It's gonna be every Sunday afternoon. It's gonna be called Beta Tapes and Laser Discs and Other Dead Media.
I remember back in the day,
We're going
my
to
friend
listen
had
to
a laser
records.
disc.
We're gonna listen to 1933 records.
He had the original trilogy, man, the Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc. It was awesome.
You know, Legend, that's the only way currently to get it untouched, the original theatrical releases.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah.
a laser disc.
because they're
Actually,
unscathed, man. Unscathed.
Players a while ago.
Yeah, my friends had it. I don't know if they, I need to talk to them and see if they still got that Laserdisc player.
You used to be able to get laser discs from the library back in the day.
I know you do.
Dude, that's awesome.
Does your library still have laser discs, Legend?
No, we got DVDs and Blu-rays though.
Blu-rays.
What's a
I
DVD?
like to call those noob laser discs.
kidding.
Stop it.
What's a diagram?
Was it your teenage sister asked what a VHS was?
Yeah, my sister asked me what a VHS tape was.
It's a venereal disease.
Yeah.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
She's a teenager.
Yep.
That she needs to know more than anybody. You don't want to get the VHS.
No, you do not want to get the VHS.
VHS,
Rewind.
you have a lot of tracking issues. You know, the worm, the VHS tape worm, it will track inside.
Or
It'll
sometimes
get
you just
everywhere.
put it in there and you eat it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and you can't rewind it.
And then you scream, "Mom, I want to watch the Goonies," and she tells you to shut up and watch something else.
Dude,
Or
geez,
sometimes
what a
when you
great
hit rewind,
VHS,
it breaks the
man.
VHS in half. Yep.
Sometimes you rewound and it just ate the tape.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
You ever had
You
a
pull it out,
VCR
and
eat the
it's
tape
tape.
so bad you
Oh,
couldn't
you
get the
pull it
tape
out.
out?
You pull it out,
There's
you're like,
the tape.
yeah. The
You
best is
better
when you
throw that VCR away.
Yep. When you're at your friend's house, you're throwing the scary movie at night. You're like, let's do it. Brand new VCR. You throw it right in there. Christmas night, whatever it is. Boom. Fucking your old tape eats up his fucking brand new combination shit. You're pulling it out. And the old man comes down and stares at you like, what the hell are you guys doing? That's exactly what VHS is.
Yep.
You don't want that disease. You don't
Caleb
want-
Comisburg Murphy because he used to record cable TV over other stuff. I used to do the same thing, man, and then I got a DVR, and I thought that my life could never get better. And I tell you what, I don't have anything on my DVR anymore. I just watch things on
Stream.
demand.
Yeah, stream.
Man, I remember the old school TiVo.
That
That was
exists still. My mom has it.
Oh, yeah, people selling TiVo all over the place.
Dude,
Tim
I-
Tebow.
no TiVo out in California. Lords of the Long Box
It was
guy.
a type R type of VHS.
Oh,
You mean that DVR, that original DVR?
Yeah, man, it used to have the best sound effects on the buttons.
Yeah, my dad loved that TiVo gimmick.
Believe
My
it.
dad always had that.
gimmicks, legend. Constant gimmicks.
TiVo gimmick.
So who remembers dial-up? Every time you wanted to send a message, it sounded like,
I do.
yep.
Those were the days,
Especially-
man. Those were the days.
Especially if you tried to use the phone and your idiot older brother won't get off of the computer.
Oh no!
And-
Wait,
With the-
your older brother, give him a break, man. It took him 4.5 hours to download one pixelated titty. All right.
It's okay. Windows 98, every time it was plugged into the phone, I would actually be able to hear whoever was talking on the phone through the computer as they were talking.
Oh,
Oops.
that would have been a good show.
And then, what was it? Every time we wanted to play a game, you have to inject the floppy disk and reinsert another floppy disk.
God, floppy disks.
Oh, floppy disk.
God, man,
I
those are the good
remember-
old days, man.
I remember being told
Good
by
old
a
days.
teacher that floppy disks are the future. You need to learn how to use a floppy disk, Katie. You need to know this. This is important. And then you got to high school and everything, and we use those little tiny SD cards.
Oh yeah, you mean the
Kids
little
today go,
SD card? Like,
Yeah,
The floppy disk.
Yeah.
That is this huge thing.
Are you knocking on that NES system? Does
yeah,
that
it
work?
doesn't work.
Oh, okay. What's wrong with it?
yeah.
Carson.
You could never not blow in,
Blowing the
smack,
game.
bang it, blow in the game. Work.
Carson.
Kids today will never understand that was a shit ton of fun when it worked. You're like, hey,
Oh, I had a special selection of manuals, the right thickness. You'd shove them in there so it push the cart down enough that it would
Right.
actually play.
I remember that.
And then somebody moved them, and I remember me and my brother getting a fist fight over that shit. Like, who moved that manual for Mega Man? I need that to put that in the machine to make it work. And then we were both grounded. We couldn't play on Nintendo no more.
Has everyone on here seen Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix?
yeah.
yet.
Amazing.
Not yet.
There's a short on there called 3 Robots, and one of them they find out used to be like its lineage or whatever is from an old game station. Like I think it's supposed to be like a ripoff off an Xbox or something.
Yeah.
But saying, "Yeah, your ancestors were slaves to a bunch of 13-year-old boys who would teabag other boys on the internet."
That sounds
Also-
phenomenal.
Also, we have exploding cats, and it's canon according to Love, Death, and Robots.
Bag people.
Oh, and Halo.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, she would know that. Listen says you can do that on Halo and Call of Duty.
Yep.
Yeah, if you
All
guys
the
like the
bagging.
movie Heavy Metal, you definitely will love Death and Robots.
Mm.
I think it was actually supposed to be a sequel to Heavy Metal originally, and they just made it into that's the show. That's what I heard.
Heavy metal's amazing.
Factory and then Snow.
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
I love heavy metal because I'm cheesing my fucking balls off right now. I'll tell you guys that
Make
much.
that announcement.
We're like Exorcist and Ouija board.
Yeah, Exorcist and the Ouija board. They're both identical movies. There's a
Like
Ouija board.
there's a whole theory going on that there's a sequel connection there.
Yeah.
Arguably, I could say it could possibly.
Max von Sydow, right? The original Exorcist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ouija board comes out 10 years later.
Well, no. The movie takes place.
Yeah, the movie takes place 10 years later.
Oh, okay.
And then Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And then you watch Snowpiercer. It's set in the same timeline.
Theories behind it, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Mark's going into all these theories online right now.
I'm a little
What's the one all
hammered right now.
timeline, that kid from St. Elsewhere?
I didn't see any Oompa Loompas in Snowpiercer.
Well, that's because he killed them all off. Let's be serious here. Look at all the
Tommy Westfall.
Okay. Why
Everybody's in the Tommy Westfall universe, by the way. Thank you,
Tommy
St.
Westfall?
Sammy
Elsewhere.
Zayn.
I never watched St. Elsewhere.
Don't mess with El Generico.
The kid's making a globe.
I want what Mark's eating.
I'm not eating anything right now.
Brain buster.
Instead of smoke. Really? Letterkenny. Okay, that's a good show.
Letterkenny is a good show.
It's amazing.
Pitter
Yes.
patter.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Oh, is it or Template?
Well, to be fair,
To be fair.
yeah,
I've always been accustomed to Downton Abbey.
perch and walleye are not sushi or sashimi grade. Ugh.
Breakfast.
You're making a dad noise there.
Let's just talk about how majestic Canadian geeses are.
Chris Barrett, I am
and how
full right
messed
now.
up it is to put oil on top of their eggs.
Canadian gooses.
Canadian
gooses.
goose. Those goose belong to Canada.
They're majestic birds. I mean, there was one time when a couple Canadian gooses they teamed up on a swan, and I'm sure she had to go ahead and
Oh,
tell her friends
shit.
about that.
Damn.
Yes, they actually talk about that in an episode of Letterkenny.
Oh,
Those
shit.
are exact quotes from the Letterkenny episode.
Did you?
That reminds me of like real life events that happened.
I love Letterkenny so much.
What was that there?
Kenny.
Letterkenny.
Little Kenny.
Letterkenny.
It is on Hulu if you have Hulu or whatever streaming service you have. Look it up. It is amazing.
These guys got to be smoke of the pots. Can't just be sugar cereals.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Sami Zayn.
It's gooses. It's not geeses.
We need to get. We need
I
to get to the.
do
We need to
actually,
get
I
to
do
the
actually
ring.
agree. Because geese are evil.
Geese are not evil. They just hiss at you.
They will
Not
chase
Canadian
after
gooses.
you.
They're majestic.
You just
Canadian geese
wait.
is
Whoa, whoa,
aside.
whoa, 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 whoa! You let that bird actually
Geese are
chase
evil.
after you?
Geese are evil.
You let them chase after you?
I was a kid.
I chased after
It's
them.
not the first time I've been chased by a bird. Okay, I
You
guarantee
know-
it's not gonna be the last.
Just because they bite doesn't mean anything. You're still stronger than
I
them,
have
honey.
scars
You
on my
are the
back
birds'
from a
prey.
chicken attacking me.
Really?
Watch your step on that sidewalk, Mark.
Yeah,
It's
my
the Hedron origin story right now we got going on.
my grandparents owned a farm when I was a little girl, and I was the only one who was small enough to fit inside the chicken coop to feed them. So that was my responsibility, like every summer to go in there every day to like feed them. Otherwise, I wouldn't get my allowance, basically. But there was this one hen that was just so freaking mean. And it would chase me out every single day. Only one day it chased me out, and it decided to jump up and like latch onto my back.
You know, just because the
Which,
closest
I
relationship
was, like,
is a T-Rex doesn't
5
mean
or
anything.
6. That is traumatizing as a child. And I wholeheartedly
It's a
agree that
chicken.
chickens are evil and they deserve to be eaten.
That's why you
They're
love
delicious.
chicken so much?
What?
I
Is that why
I
you
like
love chicken so
chicken.
much?
They deserve to be eaten. Yes, I eat every chicken possible.
Rip
I,
that
Chew.
video off.
Gotta
Yes,
love
they
Chew.
deserve to be eaten.
Great book.
Birds suck. I hate all.
I'm against chickens. I'm saying it now.
Just because
Look,
they run
I'm
around
a
They're
big fan of
delicious.
chicken
And
marinated
they're
in egg.
evil.
Chick-fil-A is the best.
Yes, it is.
Can I get one?
Waffle fries. And their
Waffle fries
lemonade.
for the win.
Hey, I ain't gonna
Their
lie though.
lemonade's
I'll
amazing.
take some good spinach a lot of times, man. A lot of times I'll have some good spinach, and it really helps with a lot of rhymes.
Chris Barrett, I did not have a goose attack you last month. You just have to remember, you're bigger than the goose. They're not that scary.
They're kinda
So what if
scary.
they have a 6-foot wingspan? You could still tackle them.
That's kind of scary.
No, what's scary is being hit in the face with a freaking seagull, honey. That is scary.
You mean
Experience.
Steven Seagal?
Well, you know who did
Steven
Seagal?
I just
With
watched
Sean
I just watched
Connery
The Shallows
and
again
Harrison Ford
for
in The Last
Sharkathon.
Crusade.
You know, shameless plug for
Beef.
Six Figures. But there's literally a character that's
Where's Marcus? Where's
Steven
Marcus?
Seagal, and when I looked it up, that's
Marcus.
actually the sequel's name.
give them the book.
Where's the book? Where's Marcus? Indy.
Cat, watch your back.
Indy.
It's named after the dog.
It's Baron Corbin here.
I don't-
Except for guinea hens. Guinea hens are bros.
I just seem to remember my Charlemagne. Great birds.
We're so off the rails.
Charlemagne.
We are very off the rails. Is it Friday
It's
already?
amazing, though.
Is it Friday?
Dude, I'm having so much fun. I had a very long week at work this week.
It's not
And
even the
I
end of the
gotta
week,
tell
honey.
you,
it's only Thursday.
It's Thursday. You know what?
It's not even the end
I'm
of the
loving
week.
it. I'm loving it. Okay. I just want to take time to say that I love this panel. We are family. The Comic Core. Shameless plug. Please do enter our contest and hang out with the fam at Baltimore Comic Con.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll submit my videos tomorrow.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
side move and all.
You're not just going to stay in the box again? We're FedExing in there.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, wait, why FedEx? That's way too
See-
high class.
see-
No, we need to go USPS, people.
Look,
Yeah, let's call Jason Smith.
Carson and I have a little talk that we're trying to put out there. You need to FedEx.
Jesus, man. Oh, man.
Mark Media Bell.
Man.
Oh,
Media DKR.
That's funny.
Oh, he's going to show up in Bruce's if it's media mail.
I'm gonna be 4 days late, you guys.
They won't ship you. They'll ship you back.
POD.
Just never put a return address. I'm stuck in
I'll get
Baltimore.
to Baltimore and have to pay $8 to receive you. She's like, nope, that's too much. Send it back.
And it's been
Aw.
reported. It has been reported, even though he did send things media mail from a guy that I've known for a long time. He did tell me that Jason Smith does indeed package the comic book so superb it takes you like 30 minutes to get it out of all the bubble rabbits in. I mean, it's like amazing packaging. But with Jason Smith, you know, he loves that media mail, so be careful, Jason. Don't send anything media mail.
If there's one thing that Jason Smith loves more than media mail, it's his grandchildren. Congratulations to him on the birth of his grandchild.
And the media mail.
Yeah,
He
shout
would
out
send
to
his grandchildren media mail is what he'd do.
that. Much love.
Media mail, baby.
No, comics. Smurfy said Pony Express.
Smurf Murphy.
I can't
The
say
Pony
it right
Express.
now. That's too
Smurfy.
many- that's
You can say Smurfy. Smurfy works.
Smurfy.
He knows who he
Smurf.
is.
Yeah.
The Bandito.
But Pony Express, really? God, that's gonna be a lot of bruises, man. Worth it. I get to ride a horse.
There was an entire week at work when we were told we were not allowed to curse because we had someone important coming in. So just to get back at our boss, every time we went to curse, we would say Smurf. And we didn't let her in on the little secret, and she thought something was wrong with her medication.
She smurfed herself.
Oh, she's totally
You should go Smurf yourself. It's a good time.
Yeah, Smurfing is
I
amazing.
recommend it fully. You're gonna Smurf somebody, you might as well Smurf yourself. Smurf yourself first, see if you like it. Then Smurf other people.
Smurfing ain't easy.
But it sure is fun.
Those little blue fuckers, I hate those things.
Hey, little blue Smurfers.
Yeah,
These Smurfing Smurfs.
Oh, what the Smurf. Anyway.
I Smurf and Smurf you
Gargamel.
guys.
Oh, frack me.
Frack is right.
I loved in Firefly how they would just curse in Chinese.
Yeah.
That was great.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Instead of cursing, you just say what? You just say cuss.
What the
There's an entire scene of two characters fighting, and it's like cuss, 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 just yelling at each other. It's
Every time I
amazing.
hear the word cuss, I think of my grandmother.
Okay.
Picture your grandma
No, my grandmother she would never use the word curse. She would use the word
on an
cuss.
animated fox's body.
And she would call
There
me an ornery cuss.
Scary. Like my grandma there on it.
Not your grandma. Your grandma's scary enough.
Yeah, I know. I love her, but
I
she's
got
scary.
I got that on Blu-ray. That
His grandma's scary.
Fantastic Fox.
She's cool, but she's
Scary grandmas? You got scary grandmas on Blu-ray?
You know what? I'm gonna have to make a video with my grandma.
I think I might have that on VHS there, Andrew.
Scary grandma on VHS.
I can do it in VHS. I still think I have it. One of those video recorder, whatever. I'm hammered right now.
You have a camcorder somewhere?
Yeah,
There you go.
There we
That's
go.
the word you were looking for.
yeah. Camcorder. What? Wait, what is it? A pinhole picture camera?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of them things.
It
Yep.
just means you don't ever get rid of stuff.
No, I don't. Anyway. So anyway, we've completely gone off the rails. Katie, you want to sign us off first, please?
All right, guys. It is Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday.
I thought today was Friday.
Shush. I know he's got work in the morning. I know a number of people on this panel probably have work in the morning. So we are going to sign off here. Last shout outs from my beautiful panel. Carson, we're going to start with you.
Just big thanks to Drew and 90MF Comics for joining my Tuesday night live stream this week. That was a lot of fun. And then, like I said, we'll have Comic Core tomorrow, the A Show, the Red Brand. You never know what's going to happen on Comic Core Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's pretty much it.
All right, Drew, any last shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Had a good time tonight talking to you guys about like Betamax and why Goodfellas isn't that great.
Hey, don't forget about your 22s there, Drew. Can't be. Oh, sorry. Through your 33s.
33s.
Your 33s. The best records ever.
They're good. They're good records. We can talk
Yeah.
about 33s. We can do all kinds of 45s. All kinds of dead media. If you guys are down with dead media, we're going to discuss it here and outside the issues.
Record player.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna start doing a weekly live show, guys, on my own channel. Wednesdays, New Comic Book Days at noon. So be sure to check me out. Yeah, I'm gonna go at noon, and we're gonna see what we can talk about and who wants to hop in there. And coming soon to a YouTube near you, The Culling. If you guys don't know what a culling is, look it up. I'm going to be culling my collection and passing it on to a lot of other people. So be sure to keep your eyes and ears peeled for how you can buy my books from me. That's all I got.
All right, JD, any last shout outs from you and Liz?
Yeah, definitely thanks to everybody in the chat who watched tonight. Swamp Thing's been great. Thanks, Kevin, for always running the show. It's great. Again, thanks for Golden guys this week. Next week we do have a guest. It'll be fun. So that's about it. Tomorrow night, Comic-Core, them off the rails.
All right. Legend, the great one. Any last shout outs?
Oh, just big shout out to the whole panel. Big shout out to JD and Liz, especially Liz, for you to let JD do all the videos and all the content and all the great information that the man puts out for the comic book community. Thank you for letting us, get that time, of JD, because he's just freaking awesome. JD, love you, brother. Seawood19, he's one fine dude, one of my favorites that's out there. Damn. But, I love me some Seawood. Cat Wren, Mark BKR, two of the best. Just like my own kids, man. They like my own kids. They're special people to me. And, man, the one, the only, the true Drew, man, freaking Chew, man. Always one of the best. God, one of the best voices, too. Great reviewer of the books. Yeah. And the man has the looks, man. But, man, great panel tonight, Cat Wren. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk Swamp Thing on Outside the Issues. And like everyone said, be ready tomorrow night as the Comic-Core goes off the rails with a very special guest. And, maybe we'll tell you the rest, but you got to watch tomorrow night live, 9 Central, 10 Eastern Standard Time. Cat Wren, back to you.
So, Mark, do you have any last shout-outs?
Shameless plug. If anybody wants to help me break 20 subs.
Back it up a smidge.
There we go. 20 subs under Mark BKR90. I have 20 subs on there. Yeah.
Nice.
If he breaks 20 subs, he might post another video. He never posts video.
The first video
guys,
I posted was 9 years ago, guys.
Damn, 9 years ago. That's almost a decade. Almost a decade of YouTube, and you got 20 subs already. You're moving at quite the pace. Hey, guys, I want to do one more shout out for you guys.
All right.
Comic Man Andy is in the chat. Comic Man Andy was inspired by Bear Island Comics to post his first video as one of his contest entries.
I gotta do it this weekend.
Comic Man Andy did a great job with that, and that's his first video. Everybody go sub up Comic Man Andy and check that out and give him all kinds of support. He did a great job for his first time out, and man, one more great dude in the community. So happy to have him.
Yeah, we were trying to get Bear Island Unlimited to go over that contest. It's a fun one. Everybody,
I had a good time with it too, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into character. More wine, get it the king. So it'll be fun.
All right. So final shout outs for me. Of course, everyone in the chat, please sub everyone up. Much love to everyone that was a part of this. Always fun Thursdays and Friday nights here on Comic-Core, where we talk Swamp Thing, we talk Game of Thrones, we talk whatever crazy thing we want to outside the issues. Friday night, the A show, we go off the rails, and sometimes Thursday night we go really off the rails. Like tonight, where we had a whole segment on Letterkenny, and we talked about slang from Letterkenny.
These are their template.
But, big shout out to my panel, my fam. Very, very excited to see you guys once again at Baltimore. Another really shameless plug to the Comic-Core contest. Please do get your videos in, guys. I mean, we're basically just saying, hey, do you want to go to a comic book convention for free? Because it's basically what we're saying. We will send you out there and back. We'll put you up in a place, and we'll get you into the convention. Not to mention, you can hang out with the core. We're paying for your whole room. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can go
we buying the tat,
with this crazy one.
What's that?
Are we buying the tat?
Are we buying a tat?
For the winner, are they getting? Are we paying for the
A tattoo?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna brand them?
Tattoo?
We're
What?
gonna, we're gonna brand them with a tattoo. All right.
That's the first time I've heard of that.
Look,
Oh, the triad tattoo.
if you join the
Is there a
triad, you join the
triad there
triad.
in
Like that's
Baltimore?
between you.
Is there a triad
Yeah,
in
that's
Baltimore?
between you and the Grand Master. That's
I
what he's called, right?
Yeah.
I know
Between you
what
and the
you're
ancient one.
signing out. But is there a triad in Baltimore? I know there was.
No, we don't have a triad.
That would
We got-
probably be an auto win if someone did make a video of them getting a Comic Core tattoo.
We certainly have the northernmost chapters of
Please.
lots of southern organizations.
Please don't
So,
get that tattoo.
We don't have triad though.
Please don't. Tattoos are permanent unless you cover them.
I tell you what, I can talk to some people I know and see if I can't get somebody to sponsor a free Comic Core tattoo for the winner of this
Comic Core for
contest.
life.
No.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
gonna go
And
square
on
on
that
the
note,
left cheek of your
everyone,
ass.
This is what
you
you're gonna look like on your body, across the chest. I'm cool.
Hey.
Please do give us a like.
Big shout out. Big shout out
Comment
to
below and tell us whether or not you actually already made your contest entry.
Or if you
Uncanny
have a
Kyle
Comic Core
Walker.
tattoo.
Uncanny Kyle Walker. in the
Oh, the
house.
Prince of New Zealand.
Please do subscribe to the Comic Core because that's a part of the contest.
Yes.
You have to be subbed to the Comic Core. And you got to answer a few little questions, but short little contest entry definitely get you into hanging out with the core. And check out any of the older videos we have up for offer here on Comic Core because we've got stuff streaming basically every night of like the main week. So Monday through Friday, definitely. Sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. We've got a really great series that's premiering on here right now.
Well, I mean, the
It's the
weekends we kind of have
Deadlands.
to recover.
Well, we're not on it.
Yeah, true.
Not that.
Everyone else
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
But if that is it for everyone, I'm gonna be signing out. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Take care.
Drew Manchu, baby.
Drew.